Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen. My name is Corey, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. Today, I was just reading a post on Reddit where this guy has been married for over 20 years. And over the 20 years, sexual sex has declined, especially after the second year. Things declined quite rapidly. And over a period of time, they've not been able to have sex. She has had some medical issues, which he respected. He would never try and to have any sex with her when she's in pain. But over a period of time, he found that it was just happening more often. He tried to confront her about it. She said she's making out it was a big deal. Most couples don't have sex anyways. I know some of you guys have heard this line before. And the other one is, it's not that much of a big deal. So yeah, he was really distraught about this, and things are already not looking very good within the relationship in terms of that in sex life. But he wanted to say that he's a good provider. He's been treating her like a princess, as well as also he keeps himself healthy and keeps himself in shape. And on the surface level, you would think that that's what's enough in order to keep things going. And this is where most people feel like they're failing. So they think that because they've gone fat, therefore that's why the sex life has gone bad. That's not what the case. They think that they're providers and they should be entitled to have more sex. And that's not the case either, because the thing that was screaming to me when I was reading this is that there's two or three things that I can point out. The fact that he said I treated her like a princess, and he's been courteous and all of that. It means that he's probably of the mindset that happy wife, happy life, which is a very difficult place to be, because again, when you do that, it means that he's offering up ground in terms of dominance, which then shows that he lacks leadership skills, and that then lowers her sexual appetite towards you. I think your sexual value drops when you cannot show dominance. And again, there's a difference between dominance and being controlling. Controlling is that you're enforcing your will on her, but then being dominant is being able to come up with decisions, and she will be aligned with the decisions that you're making. So there's no friction. There's sometimes when there's friction towards the decision, but he should be able to demonstrate that this is the right way to go, and that's the way we should do it. And again, this is built over time, because most people think by just making one decision, then they're dominant. You build this over time, like this dominance chart that you're sort of climbing as you go along, and you do this by delivering more decisions and better decision making, and then over a period of time that becomes solid and really raises your sexual value within your eyes. As well as when I was reading this, you can see that he's got this mindset of transaction. So I provide, doing this as a husband, I'm keeping myself in shape, so therefore I require you to give me sex because I'm doing these things. Whereas there is no real seduction strategy in terms of the relationship, where you need to have a sort of seduction strategy, and that strategy is executed by your seduction skill. So if you think about seduction skill, you have to have the ability to create seduction gap. That's one way of doing it. And then the other bit is also really increasing your sexual value in your eyes by showing your leadership skills and also being dominant within interactions. And also, if we can put it a little bit further, even your body language again plays into difficult situations. So how do you behave? What body language do you exhibit? Are you saying everything is fine, but your body is screaming stressed, and therefore she feels stressed, and then she's probably not having sex because she's stressed. So I'm sort of covering a lot of things because I want to make this as short as possible, but pack it with as much information as possible, because from outside looking in, I can see where the issues are in terms of the relationship and why the sex hasn't happened. And I think the saddest part about this is that she's been sneaking off to have masturbation sessions, and he discovered this recently, and he's realized that she was masturbating almost 3 times per week. Now, this is where it's almost kicking the teeth, isn't it? Because all of a sudden she's saying no to sex, but she's going off by herself, and that is so crushing, can really destroy any confidence that you have. Now you start asking yourself, am I not worthy enough? Am I not sexy enough? Does she want to connect me? Does she even love me? All these questions come into play. But if you think about it, this is probably to do with more with skill. Is he exhibiting the right skills? Is he doing the right things in order to pique his sexual value? Is he doing the right things in order to create excitement between the two of them? And also, if he treats her like a princess, is he allowing the right amount of conflict within the relationship? Because the only way you establish boundaries within your relationship, especially if you don't have any boundaries, it lowers your sexual value. But if the way you establish that is to be able to be confrontational, and not confrontational as in you're telling them what to do and this is how it's supposed to be and you're not budging, you should be able to have those difficult conversations and then you come to a compromise. And that compromise isn't, it shouldn't go against what you believe. So you always stay strong to what you believe. And if you believe you're supposed to be going left, you go left. And if she tries to pull you to the right way, you say, no, I am going left and I want us to go left. And you give your point of view. You don't give in. And most people give in because they want a happy wife, they think happy life. But generally when the wife, you're doing things to make your wife happy, it will make you upset. You always do things that will be overall good for the relationship. And again, there's a lot of things that you have to consider. And I'm just giving you this as an example and for you to just get a sort of a minuscule view, a small view into what's required in order to change things, especially from this guy's point of view. So when you think about it, really, when you can change your sexless relationship to sexual success, but it requires you to start adopting different behaviors in order for you to become that man that she wants to have sex with consistently and without fail. So to learn more of this stuff, go to Thriving Tribesmen on the Facebook group. And when you go there, you'll be asked a series of questions. Once you join, you can then take part in some of the lessons that we're providing over there. So thank you very much for listening, guys. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Take care.